Hello, my beautiful African people. Welcome back to Hail and Ride African Facebook page and YouTube channel. Today, we are talking about George Weah and Liberia. George Weah is the current president of Liberia. He has become a true icon of Democrat in Africa, in entire Africa. And I will tell you why. For those of you who don't know where Liberia is in West Africa. It's a small country in West Africa. Recently, they had an election. And according to the Constitution of Liberia, each candidate in the election must win 50% of the result. As you remember, George Weah went for re-election. He has been the president of Liberia since 2018. I think 6 years as the president of Liberia. But he had a strong opposition. His name is Joseph Boakai. So the first election, no one came out victorious. So they had a rerun of the election. And after the result was announced, the opposition leader, Joseph Boakai, won 50.89% of the result, and George Weah had 49.11% of the vote. So the Joseph Boakai was declared the winner of the election. But what I want to say about George Weah is that, we all know that he is the only African that has won World Footballer of the Year in history of African football, African soccer. He is the only one. He has a talent anyway. So he was not behaving like other African leaders we have seen in many African countries, how they conduct election there. Most times the opposition has no chance of winning an election in some of the African countries. But George Weah, still the current president of Liberia, he didn't go to rig the election, or he didn't even, now that the result is declared, he has congratulated the winner, Joseph Boakai, on his victory. That's the point I want to highlight. He didn't say, let me go to court and bribe the judges to declare him the winner of the election. He accepted the result and he want the country to move on. That's the important point I want to stress. Joseph Boakai is a 78-year-old man. I don't know why the country, Liberia, voted for him. Maybe he's a good man. I don't know. But he has won, which means people have some kind of trust in him. But the only problem I have is that he is 78 years old. He's an old man. But I'm not saying that the old man shouldn't be a leader in any country. But I think some old men, if they have their people in their mind, They might do something better than the young ones, but most of the time, my personal opinion is I prefer young Africans because we have seen all these young men, old men as leaders in some of the African countries, and I see how they have not done much for their people. Most of their people are still suffering, and some of them are out of touch. They don't even know how the young people feel. That's why, personally, I prefer a young man to be a president. George Weah is quite younger than the man. He's still a young man. And according to what I read, he said he have tried a bit because he had a free education for the youth. Free education to at least university level, as I read. I have not spoken to anyone in Liberia to confirm that. But the major stuff they said about his administration is, he started well when he became the president. But you know how in Africa we have bootlickers and sycophants. Once you get to power, they will come around you. And sometimes, if you're not careful, they will pull you down. Because they are not there to serve you as the leader. They are there to get something from the office. That's, I think, what's happened to George Weah. That's why they said he failed to tackle corruption in that country. But one good thing, one takeaway from this election is that George Weah is a good person. He accepted defeat, even though he has all the power to rig the election, bribe the judges in the court, and win. But he didn't go through that route. He didn't go through that rabbit hole of bad stuff, doing evil stuff to just maintain your power, as we have seen in other African countries. And the leaders there, what they do. Even some of the African countries, they don't conduct elections. Even when they do, it's all pre-announced, pre-arranged. So people voting is just a waste of time, most cases. As we have seen in some other countries, I'm not going to mention their names. There's conduct election, they go to court, and the judges didn't even listen to evidence. They just announce someone they want him to win, the winner, and that's it. There's nothing you can do about it. But Liberia should be an example for the whole African countries. We still have hope that democracy in Africa might come back, and we have true democracy like we have in Liberia. It's a true democracy. Even George Weah was more gracious than Donald Trump. Donald Trump, when he lost, he didn't congratulate President Biden. But George Weah, he congratulated his opponent, which is a good thing. We must commend him for that. And pray that God will bless him, because he has a love for his people and his country. Thank you for watching. Peace.